Okay, I'd like to introduce you to one of our staff. Your name?
My name is Pana, so I am one of staff in the missions department who are working in the church planting team.
Okay,
so a couple of days ago,
just a moment. Pana is part of what we call an apostolic team. A team of apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. We have several of them that go out through all corners of this nation on a weekly basis to help add strength to what God is doing amongst New Life Fellowship of Churches. And so, Pana, where did you just come from yesterday?
So yesterday I came from to visit and do some leader trainings and doing outreach there. Our church at one of the province called Kompong Thom. So there we are been visited a couple of places, and at Tribe Yap, one of the church, and the second place is at the church in the jungle. So really exciting. The church in the jungle right now really growing a lot. It's called a place called Saint Apiwat. So God began to moving, doing really amazing things. So the church began to grow more and more. Yesterday we've been doing water baptize for them, over about 60 people, and almost the whole church water baptized, and we've been ministered to about 300 people at the places, many people.
And so Saint Apiwat Village is actually an outreach of Thom Yap Village. And so Thom Yap is on the national highway, but Saint Apiwat is how many minutes into the forest?
So the Saint Apiwat is from the highways will take us about 2 hours because the road is not good. So then we're gonna spend a bit of time, 2 hours from the highway.
And so this is why we have four-wheel drive pickups, right? We always haul a bunch of people with us, haul a bunch of stuff with us, and we go to places like that. And so again, so we have a church in Thom Yap Village. That church planted a church in Churlavang Village. The Churlavang church has planted at least one more church, Mrs. Monirot, in the same general area. But they've also planted the Thom Yap church has just made contact with these guys far away into the jungle. And what happens is we make contact with them, and they get touched by God, and they go to their village, and they just start sharing the gospel.
That's right.
These tell us about the house church leader at Saint Apiwat. Does he have a wife, family? What does he do for work?
So the pastor's there. So he brought his family over to the new place, which is the government provided development area. It used to be the jungle.
And the government has built a village there.
Then he began to sharing the gospel, and then people began saved and getting more and more people, and right now so he and his family live there and lead the church there right in the jungle.
Okay, and where do they meet?
So they meet at his house. So his house kind of a community centers. So he's really influenced guys, and all the communities, the villagers will look at him so every time and respect and listens to him.
Okay, describe his house. What kind of house is it?
So his house is kind of a wooden, small, and so whenever people coming meet, so not enough space for that, but they just sitting everywhere, and so just use his house for the meeting place.
I wanted to make clear that it's not a big house, it's not a brick house, and it's not a church building. It's his house, and so people come, and do they have chairs, or they sit on mats, or what?
They do have some chairs, but not enough for all people. Some people sit right on the ground, the mats, and things like that. So everywhere.
And what's the church leader's name?
So pastor's name is Pastor Wana.
Okay. So Lana has been coming to our school of leaders for 1 year or maybe 2 years? 2 years. So we have a school of leaders, and so and we have regional meetings. And so he comes to the regional meetings, and he gathers with the other church leaders. He comes to the school of leaders to get some Bible training, and then you and others make personal visits to mentor him, right?
That's right.
And that's kind of what this was.
So this is how we're doing.
This is how we do it everywhere, isn't it?
That's right. Every area.
We do it in every province. We have a system that supports we're just watching what the Holy Spirit is doing, aren't we?
That's right.
We had very little. You had very little to do with it.
That's
Me and
right.
Sota had very little to do it. It's just the Holy Spirit is doing it. Because God is moving in Cambodia and moving amongst New Life Fellowship of churches, and we're just trying to capture the momentum and give some guidance to it.
That's right, yeah.
So we have the School of Leaders, and we have the regional meetings, and we have the personal mentoring visits. Those are the key, 3 key core ingredients. Anything else you want to say about what's going on up there?
So then we're really excited, and then we're looking forward to build more churches over 2016. So we want to see, we believe in that area at least over 5 to 6 places, churches.
5 or 6 more house churches that we're going to plant in that area.
In that area.
All right. How can those who are viewing this, how can they pray for you right now and pray for what's going on up there right now?
So just pray that we were able to, to start a new church and, having enough supplies to help the pastors and training more leaders. So more leaders to come and churches.
So pray for Pastor Vanna and his family, because we know they're targets of the devil. The devil will try to put sickness and problems in the family, because if they strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter. And so pray for Pastor Vanna, pray for Pastor Jilsel Paul, who is his overseer, and we're trying to develop his capacity as an overseer in that area. And pray that we have the finances to keep the fuel in the truck to be able to get up there and back. And just pray that God would bind the demonic forces in those areas, and that there would just be freedom to plant at least 6 more house churches in 2016.
That's right.
Woo. All right, thank you, Pana, for the great report.
Thank you.